gonna be a little hard to focus this morning because it's still very early. And I got another deep hole right there. And GPX pulled out another Coke 44. Got my settings straightened out pretty good. My buddy Jeff Ford, Plugmaster Ford, sent me his settings on his GPX, and I got some others, and it's doing a lot better. I'm understanding it better. But that's another Coke 44, another relic from the American Civil War.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Digging with Seven. I'm on the Gulf Coast at Gulf Shores, Alabama, on vacation with the family, editing this video down here. And the hunt actually is in Kentucky at the Civil War site we hunted last week. In fact, I've hunted it for probably 2 or 3 years with the CTX 3030 and the AT Pro, but I've got the Minelab 4500 GPX, brand new detector, and we're hearing signals that we didn't hear with those other machines. So that's the first part of the video. Second part is at an early 1900s house. I'm trying to find another harmonica reed, so let's see if we get that done.
That hole's not all that deep. We used to find a lot of these up here, and we've dug most of them, I guess. It's up the top off of a Gallagher case, brass casing. It's got a little hole right there that the fire would have went in. The bullet would have been down here. But that's a nice find. The Gallagher carbine was an American black powder breech loading rifle produced in the American Civil War. The weapon was designed by Minelab J. Gallagher, who licensed the design to Richardson and Overman of Philadelphia for production. On the 31st of August 1861, the first weapons were sold to the Army. The Gallagher was loaded from the rear with a brass case containing a .50 caliber projectile and the gunpowder. Covered by a disc made of grease felt, the projectile was inserted into the barrel after it was tilted up by a lever, followed by the case, and was ignited by a percussion cap. The brass cases had a paper patch in the base to prevent powder seepage and still allowed the cap to fire the round. The carbine had a 22 1/4 inch barrel and was designed for horse soldiers. The Gallagher carbine was a well-made firearm which worked well, with one exception. The Gallagher was not popular with soldiers because the carbine did not have an extraction ejector mechanism, and it required the shooter to remove the cartridge manually. This was typically done with a knife, although it did significantly slow the rate of fire of the Gallagher, and it made it less preferable for cavalry to use, as reloading on horseback was difficult enough as it was, without the need to remove a hot cartridge as well. The hot brass cartridge would swell and lodge tight in the breech, making the process of extracting a spent cartridge even more difficult. Only a total of 17,783 Gallaghers were sold to the U.S. Army. The 9th Pennsylvania Cavalry occupied this camp in 1862 and would have used these Gallaghers that we find on this Civil War site. The hole's about 6 inches deep, and that is a concave button that's been broke. That's a good find. Up off over the hill on this site, most of everything I was finding was up above those 2 big trees right there. Way on up, really. I'm down the hill here, and I've got a hole there that's about 6 inches deep, and I've got another, it's just the top of a Gallagher case. You see the hole there in the middle. Would have been a Union bullet fired from a carbine. Pretty good high tone out of that hole right there. And it is the back off of a Civil War cuff button. Front of it's gone. Looks like it's been gone for quite a while. Found a few buttons up here, not too many, but we have found a few. I'll take that one. Out of that hole right there, I don't find too many round balls up here, small round balls, but this is a 36. It looks like it may have been fired. It's a little oblong. I don't think it's a drop, but that's a good find right there. That hole right there, about 6 inches deep, and I've got a pretty good size Gallagher case here. Almost all of it. You see the hole here in the front of it where the powder charge would have gone through. Another relic from the American Civil War. Hot up here in the woods here today. That hole's about 6 inches deep, and I've got a fired pistol bullet here. It looks like a 36 to me. I believe it's period. It's a good little sound. Good little constant low tone there. I got a couple of signals here. One of them I dug a while ago and didn't film it. I believe it's a Spencer case. And then this is another Gallagher case here. It's been flattened out, but you can see the hole right there in the end of it, where the fire would have went in and ignited the powder. I'm not sure if this is a fired bullet or just a big piece of camp lead, but I about halfway believe it's a fired bullet, but I don't know. Either way, it's a big old chunk of lead. I found quite a bit of camp lead that I hadn't filmed, small pieces and things. GPX really pulls them out. I want to do a shout out today to Relic Rangers. You see their channel on your screen there. A shout out to Little Rosie and the guys. Hey, they've got a good channel. They make some good finds and they make some good videos, and I know that you're going to like Relic Rangers. So check them out. Like, subscribe, and share, and be sure and tell them that 7 sent you. That hole is about 6 inches deep, and I got a harmonica reed. About half of a reed, I guess, there. Streak stays alive. I'm out up here in the dry part of the yard, and it's pretty dry up here. You can see, got a wheat right here. Touched it a little with my shovel, but you see 1 cent right there. I'll take it. On that hole right there, I got a wheat. Don't know what the date is, but I think I'll get one. That's a good find. Hunting an old house here, I don't know, early 1900s, I'd say. And I'm out here in the yard part now. It's pretty dry. And I've got a wheat right here, wheat cent. You can see it, 1 cent. Little spill right here. Found one right there. Found one right there. Found one right there. I'll take it. That hole right there gave up a nice brass buckle here. I don't know what that would have went on. I'll take it. I hear around the shed, and I've got a iron spoon. I don't know if that was ever plated or not. It's got a lot of rust and stuff that's built up on it. Deep too. About 8 inches deep. I doubt I'll get a back mark off of that one there. But I did get my harmonica read off this old site, so it was worth coming.